Welcome to Tiger Park here at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for a huge weekend series beginning between number 6 Florida and number 10 LSU. Kevin Brown
to grow and ride up in the zone. The only down part about her season so far is the amount of walks that she tends to give up.
On true two, right to the outer edge. It's a strikeout looking.
They're left-handed, and when she goes up against left-handed hitters, they're only batting 120 off of her.
That's slapped into left. A sinking line drive to Jade Leno. And the National Freshman of the Year, 328, her on-base percentage of .475. It just went up. A two-out walk for the reigning All-American Otis, and the Gators have the game's first base runner. These Gators 54-15 a year ago. And a strikeout and a foul tip. Kendra Falby and Jocelyn Erickson. Strike three to Coffey. What a great start for both pitchers in the game as the All-American Rothrock picks up the K. Rothrock, the nation's leader in all kinds of categories last year, including wins, innings pitched, and starts. And gets a ground out here to short from the Ole Miss transfer, Jayla Lassiter. LSU lineup, couple of big bombs, 9 in the first 23. Edwards slowly over to second, and Mia Williams. That's a 1-2-3 first inning for a very sharp Keegan Rothrock here in Baton Rouge.
Last weekend, and she looked fantastic. Really responded after that tough A&M start.
Walsh gets jammed, and the second baseman Sierra Daniel retires her. Reagan Walsh, the All-American, grounds out.
Than what she did as a freshman. It's increased her batting average, her home runs, her RBIs. I mean, just a completely different hitter.
This one's way up in the air to left field, and there's number 17. An absolute rainbow off the bat of Mia Williams, who opens the weekend scoring.
You said light tower power, and this went as high as the lights. It really did. I mean, it went just straight up, and then it kept going well past the wall out there in left field. Big time carry, big time swing for Mia Williams, who has high exit velocity, so much power, and she.
The nation's best defensive players after playing shortstop in her 2 years in Tuscaloosa. 3-2 from Hebner. And Cahalan gets some good one on this ball to left center, and a terrific catch by Jayla Lassiter robs her of an extra base hit.
Especially for a freshman pitcher pitching against this type of lineup. Want to make her feel good.
That ball's demolished to left. A low line drive that will go. The second home run of the inning, and Ava Brown shoots it right onto the berm. Her 5th home run of the year, and the Gators have a couple of second inning round trippers.
Completely different swing and launch angle and trajectory than the Mia Williams home run, because this is a line drive. Gets to that curveball, gets her barrel to that pitch, and it stays flat. Ava Brown goes up looking for that curveball. A pitch more down in the zone, connects with it, gets on plane with it. A line drive.
Will be her 9th pitch in this sequence and the 28th of the second. Another 3-2. Holtorf takes it, and she's punched out looking.
Put on her last year, her and Ava Brown, a couple of freshman pitchers that led them to the World Series, as she gets a looking strikeout there. And this year, with Keegan Rothrock being a little bit injured, they add a freshman arm.
Another 1-2. A high bouncer from Rudity to short. Holtorf makes a nice play with little margin for error.
Got that.
With Hodge, who stepped up her game with regular playing time. That's popped up to Cahalan at third. A shutdown second inning for Keegan Rothrock.
Girls Savannah and Haley McClenny as well.
Kendra Falby uses that short game as well as anybody in the country. That's her 76th hit of 4 laps. She can hit the gaps well, too. And as Shoemaker walks, there's no need for Falby to steal here. She can jog down to second. The first 2 Gators reach in the third. He's in between games for the former Oklahoma State Cowgirl. Corby Otis to third. That ball's caught on the fly, and then the throw gets away at second. Danica Coffey, though, squeezed. 4 years with the Gators, 97 to 2000. Very good career there. That's ball 4. Erickson is aboard with a walk. Her 38th of the season, and that loads the base softball the last couple of years. And Walsh with great bat control loops this one into center field to bring in Falby and Shoemaker. RBIs number 217 and 218. And the decorated just produces every year in orange and blue. That ball's fair along the line. Coffey gets the out at third. Neil Williams with the fielder's choice. Coach Francesca's next. 3-2. That's off the plate. And Cahalan walks to reload the bases.
Shocked that that wasn't called a strike. There's been got the second run on the board for Florida with that swing.
Brown blasts off deep to center field. Lassiter couldn't get it. The 9th Gator Grand Slam of the year. Ava Brown with home runs in back-to-back innings. And it's an early runaway.
Just so impressed with the way that the Florida Gators are adjusting inning to inning, pitcher to pitcher. This is an outside curveball. It's a little bit up, and Ava Brown actually did not get all of it. But again, this ball just...
Started it all with an infield single. And a ground ball to shortstop here will end it. 10 batters, 6 runs. Walsh with the big first.
I think the hard part about, or if you're LSU, I mean, they have one of the top offenses in the country too, but they just do it in such a different way.
McKee rounds out to Williams.
They don't hit nearly as many home runs.
2-2 from Rothrock. That ball's driven up the gap in right center. Leno's the first Tiger to reach. And she'll reach second. Jade Leno snapping out of that 2 for 19 stretch the last.
Different ways. Florida can score runs very quickly via home runs, via extra base hits, long ball.
Strike 3 around the outside corner, and Rothrock has punched out 3.
Outside corner because she's getting that pitch location.
3-2, and a little bit up and in. Coffey with her 45th walk, team high. And the Tigers have 2 on.
Them more over the zone is the message.
Into right field, Mia Williams gives way to Shoemaker, and nobody made the catch. He had Shoemaker in from right, Williams out from second, and a little flare by Lassiter brings in an LSU run.
And that's all it takes. Just a flare to fall. Looked like maybe miscommunication in between Shoemaker and Williams.
And Edwards blasts one to left field, and that's gone. 8-0, sliced in half in a nanosecond. Tori Edwards with the best slugging percentage in LSU history knocks out a 3-run homer.
She has now hit 17 home runs. 15 of them have come with runners on base. She is an RBI machine. That is why you wanted her up in this inning. Danica Coffey drew the walk. Jayla Lassiter had the seeing-eye single. It got the bat in the hands of Tori Edwards so that she...
Hey, be careful. This could be 8-4. Bergeron pops one up into foul ground. It's retrieved by Cahalan. Quite the third inning feast. 10 runs between the Gators and went 6 for 12. 4 extra base hits in the Alabama weekend. And she walks for a second time here. Not much of a challenge her last 2 plate appearances.
Oftentimes you see a higher batting average at home. You're comfy there.
Rockets this one past Coffey. So Otis lined out to Coffey in the third and lines one past her for a hit in the fourth.
Big to a lot of these lefties.
Erickson goes the other way. Left field deep. Off the wall from Jocelyn Erickson. Shoemaker will score. Otis stops at third. The all-time single-season RBI leader at Florida, Jocelyn Erickson, back to her old tricks. She makes it 9-4.
Well, and we talked about this. It seems like when she makes contact, it's for extra bases. This again looked like it had a chance to continue to carry out of here. The ball is carrying today. It hits the top of the fence. And because of that, it's going to get away from Leno into Lassiter's hands. It'll be another double for Erickson and another RBI. With, I think, 11 new faces.
And here to left center, Lassiter is underneath. Otis will test her, and Otis slides in to score. Third RBI for Reagan Walsh. A sacrifice fly makes it 10-4.
And they had a really nice, big, strong freshman class that played a big impact in their team. So when you look at their team this year, those freshmen.
And there's strike 3. She just kept going off speed and finally froze Williams for the second out to center in the second. Walk and a run in that 6-run third. Cahalan off the end of her bat, loops it to Hodge at short. So Florida with 10 runs in the last 3. Who skies one into center for Kendra Falby. Tonight on ABC, Game 3 in the NBA first round. In the Bay, Jalen Green and the Rockets. Rothrock's retired all 4 leadoff hitters. And Avery Hodge grounds one to second. Williams spikes it to first in time.
I mean, when you have a center fielder like Kendra Falby, the range like Holtorf, and Mia Williams up the middle of the field, and then Kenley Cahalan, who's a true shortstop, playing third base. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of holes to me.
3-2 walk for Maddox McKee to be a legitimate World Series contender again. Jane Leno takes outside. McKee going for second, down 6, and she's thrown out. Erickson with her 7th caught stealing of the year. To settle in as a second-year player. Pops this one up, and Brown will not leave the yard for the first time. Our Week 5 UFL matchups tonight on ESPN, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. That feels surreal, getting to be out there and find the light at the end of the tunnel. Again, it was 1,057 days after last appearance. She walks Holtorf here, who reaches base for a second time.
Game, and that's not been her.
Falby slaps it over to Coffey, who gets the out by a whisker. Holtorf down to second, and there are 2 away. Kendra Falby 1 for 2 walks and a line drive out to left for Shoemaker. 3-time SEC Freshman of the Week, including last week. This ball's ripped through the right side. A base hit for Shoemaker. Holtorf to the plate, and she is safe. Don't think Bergeron ever got the tag down And Riley Holtorf speeds around from second to make it 11-4.
This is a pitcher's count, and Shoemaker's still able to deliver. Clapton up and an 0-2 count, and just Shoemaker trying to go up, hit the ball hard with 2 strikes. Tim Walton is sending Holtorf the entire time. He was understanding the importance, like what we're up here talking about, the situation, the feel of the game.
Otis has reached base twice today. Otis loops one into shallow right. Caught by Rudity, and there will be no 5th inning run rule, though the Gators get a run closer. They're up 7 in Louisiana.
Yeah, I feel like this postseason is just going to be wild.
Leno flies out to center.
Even the past couple of weeks, there's just been so many walk-offs and close games and extra in the SEC for the first time in Norman.
Over to second, no chance here to get Sierra Daniel on a chop base hit.
It was quite a game last night. Texas has shown a lot of fight this year with several walk-off wins. Speaking of the whole walk-off situation that I just mentioned, but finding different ways. And there's still...
In the left, nice play by Otis in foul ground, retires Coffey.
There's still a lot of ball left to be played. I mean, we only have
play yesterday, and none of that is shocking because of the quality of opponent. Lassiter pops up a 2-0 from Keegan Rothrock. Well spun 5th inning by Rothrock, just 10 pitches. The Gators, those are bad losses, certainly. Jocelyn Erickson to right center field, traveling a long way and off the top of the fence. And it's a double day for Jocelyn Erickson. Florida's got 3 today. LSU's got 1. And that ball's kicked by Daniel at second. Bernard's going to hold up at third with nobody out. And the Gators have runners on the corners.
And to your point, LSU.
Solo home run in the second opened the scoring. The only inning Florida hasn't scored the first. Williams strikes out, a delayed steal. Shaw takes second. Georgia. Cahalan gets her bat on it, and that ball bounces past Hodge into center field. Shaw is safe behind Bernard. Both pinch runners score. And that'll be a 2-run base hit for Cahalan. It's 13-4.
Florida offense is just doing everything right. Stoll to get 2 runners in scoring position to even put themselves in a position to score 2 on this. This is a close play. Great throw by Jayla Lassiter, but Shaw with the awesome slide to get low and around the tag is what's
across in the inning. 13-4 Florida.
So runs scored per game, not just in the SEC, but all across the country. I mean, it has just been the year of offense.
That ball's drilled by Holtorf almost into the midsection of Cahalan, who could not score because she had a 49 of 50, now 50 of 51 this year. Slowly toward the middle, Falby is retired by Hodge. She brings in another run. Cahalan's down from third to make it 14-4. Well, LSU baseball has already had quite the LSU Tennessee game. 2's ESPNU tonight at 7 local. Baseball, big weekend for the Tigers, but an even bigger one for the Gators. 14-4 LSU needs 3 just to move this game to the 7th. This is a young woman who's had to go through some serious injury concerns. Senior year of high school, compartment syndrome, had 2 leg surgeries. As Edwards blasts one into center down for a base hit. So Keegan Rothrock went through it.
Who took the SEC by storm. She was in the Big 12 last year.
A low catch at second by Williams. Gets the out on the pinch runner Townsend. One away. Don't forget tonight on ABC, Game 3 between and Brown, who are two of the most decorated high school players in the country. He said pitchers didn't want to be buried behind them necessarily. Down to third. Oh, it's off the glove of Williams. It was a great throw by Cahalan, and Williams dropped it. So the Tigers have 2 runs.
Talked about how tough it is to be a pitcher, but especially in the SEC with just more runs being scored, higher slugging percentage.
Hodge lofts one to right. Grabbed and foul ground by Shoemaker for the second out.
Rare to see a pitcher's duel, 2-1 game, 2-0, 1-0.
Well, Savannah Bedell, the pinch hitter, pops it up. Jocelyn Erickson squeezes the final out of a run rule Florida win. The Gators' 3rd run rule win in the SEC this year. Their first run rule win against LSU in 11 years. A dominant all-around performance by Florida, which opens the weekend with a 14-4 win. Texas A&M, Texas baseball coming up next. For Amanda and our fantastic crew, I'm Kevin Brown.